From the Book of Enoch, chapters 72 through 82, we enter the section known as the Book of the Luminaries, a revelation given to Enoch by Uriel, the archangel of the heavenly lights. Enoch 72:1 says, "This is the first law of the luminaries. The sun rises and sets through 6 gates in the east and 6 in the west." At first glance, it reads like ancient astronomy, but spiritually, it reveals divine order. Psalm 19:1 declares, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork." God set heavenly patterns as prophetic markers, not for astrology, but for chronology and covenant. Enoch's record of 364 days mirrors the prophetic year used in Daniel's 70 weeks prophecy, 360 days plus intercalary days, suggesting God's perfect timetable in redemption history. Daniel 9:24-27 outlines 70 weeks determined upon Israel, a calendar that aligns with the same solar structure. The luminaries represent not just physical cycles, but appointed times, what Genesis 1:14 calls moedim, sacred seasons or rehearsals of divine events. Enoch 74:2 says that Uriel showed him the courses of the moon and the sun, how each was designed to keep time. The moon represents Israel, reflecting God's light in a dark world, while the sun typifies Christ, the true light. Malachi 4:2. Prophecies, "The Son of Righteousness shall arise with healing in his wings." Every sunrise, then, is a symbol of resurrection, the dawning of new creation. In Enoch 75, the angel explains the portals of heaven, gateways for the movement of light across the earth. This is echoed in Job 38:12-13, where God asks, "Hast thou commanded the morning since thy days?" The Lord alone commands the light. This is not naturalistic cosmology. It's divine sovereignty expressed through order. Enoch 76 warns that rebellious watchers once taught men to misuse the knowledge of the heavens, transforming divine revelation into astrology and idolatry. Deuteronomy 4:19 warns, "Take heed, lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven and worship the host of heaven." In other words, the same lights meant to reveal God were perverted into counterfeit systems: sun worship, zodiacs, and occult calendars. In today's world, we see a similar distortion. The so-called New Age of Aquarius and the rise of celestial-based AI predictions mirror the same deception. Ecclesiastes 1:9 reminds us, "There is nothing new under the sun." These are recycled lies, rebranding ancient watcher knowledge for modern technocratic prophecy. Enoch 77 and 78 describe the courses of the moon, prophetic of Israel's cyclical rise, scattering, and restoration. Isaiah 61:3 says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and Gentiles shall come to thy light." Just as the moon waxes and wanes, Israel's light dims in exile but will shine again when Messiah returns. In Enoch 79, the angel tells Enoch that all heavenly movements are written on heavenly tablets, symbolic of God's immutable decrees. Psalm 119:89 says, "Forever, O Lord, thy word is settled in heaven." This emphasizes that God's prophetic order cannot be altered, not by fallen angels, nor by human rebellion. Enoch 80 turns prophetic. It warns that in the end times, the order of the stars will be altered, and they will err from their paths. Jesus echoes this in Luke 21:25. "There shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars." This is not chaos. It's God's warning that creation itself will signal the nearing judgment. The global fascination with eclipses, blood moons, and planetary alignments shows humanity sensing something cosmic, but often misreading the signs. Matthew 24:29 prophesies that the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give her light. The question is, are we looking for signs, or the one the signs point to? Enoch 81 reveals that all these patterns are written for the generations of men to teach righteousness and truth. Uriel tells Enoch that he will instruct Noah in the coming flood, tying the heavenly order to judgment on earth. Genesis 6 and Enoch converge, both showing corruption on earth as in heaven, as fallen beings distort divine design. Enoch 82 closes with Enoch exhorting Methuselah to guard the words of this prophecy, for these are the paths of truth and light. This parallels Revelation 22:18-19, the warning not to add or take away from the words of prophecy. Both the beginning and the end of Scripture, from Enoch to Revelation, revolve around the same theme: heavenly rebellion versus divine order. The Book of Luminaries reminds us that God's clock is not broken. Every eclipse, every cycle, every rising and setting declares his timing is still on track. Modern science may map the heavens, but only Scripture explains their meaning. Romans 1:25 warns that mankind will worship the creature more than the Creator. That's the deception of the last days, cosmic truth without Christ. So as the world looks to the skies for signs of hope, we look to the one who made the stars. Jesus said in Revelation 22:16, "I am the bright and morning star." All prophecy, including Enoch's visions, points not to man's enlightenment, but to the return of the King.